Welcome to Staying Like Men podcast. I'm Daniel Trollenberg.
And I'm Logan Ingram.
And we are here to discuss what it means to be a godly man. Or godly man. Let me try that sentence again. We're here to discuss what it means to be a godly man. And we're looking at... Nope, my mind is gone. What a way to start episode 50, right?
You got it.
We're killing it, man.
You got it.
Oh, no, we're done with the intro. If you like this raw honesty and willingness to make mistakes, you should like and subscribe our podcast and hit the follow button and then send us emails at stayingLikeMen@gmail.com.
Bam.
What a way to start episode 50.
Hey, it's all right. The big 5-0.
Big 5-0. How you feel? How you feeling about episode 50? How you feel about what we've done so far?
I think I feel good about it.
Yeah.
We've gotten some really good feedback.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have like this giant avalanche of followers.
No.
But I didn't expect this to.
No.
And, but we've got people who listen all the time.
Yeah.
And write us questions and thoughts. And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For practically no advertisement on our part, we have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
More than I expected.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried getting AI to help me pull clips and stuff a little bit easier because it's a lot of work to try and edit down for reels and stuff like that for Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube shorts.
Yeah. And we did a couple of that. We did some of that at the very beginning. Excuse me. To kind of like before we released the first three, I used some AI.
Yeah, it's like
Opus
preview.
Clips. Yeah. And just get some reels and shorts out there. And it wasn't difficult necessarily. Just threw the video into YouTube and it'd give me like 10 to 20 clips, but then I'd have to go through and make sure that they were not bad.
Oh, yeah.
That they're actually worthwhile.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we need is an intern
that
is willing to like do the work for us.
That's it.
And I've thought about asking someone because we know a couple of kids.
Yeah.
Good time listener Jack likes to edit stuff.
Yes,
he
does.
Maybe I can ask him, but I'm like, I would feel wrong to like ask him to edit, like do stuff without paying him.
Yeah.
And
Jack's 14, 15?
15, I think.
15.
Almost 15.
Yeah.
Or just turned 15.
Maybe just turned 15, yeah.
Sorry, good time listener Jack.
Goes to church with us.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
He's a good kid. But I'm too cheap to pay anybody for their work for now.
Yeah, we have not monetized this.
We have not.
Podcast. So, what if there's any grants available?
Maybe. Or probably
for employing underage children.
The easiest.
Well, he's 15. He can work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
He falls.
I think
he falls within the
state of Arkansas.
age.
You can start working at 14.
Oh, okay.
But it's extremely reduced hours.
Yes, I did know that.
Emmett was trying to get a job at 8 because there was a pottery place here in town that you could paint your pottery.
Yeah.
And then melt. She retired. She had a grandbaby and said, I'm done with this.
Oh, okay.
So mad respect to her.
All right.
But like Karen Emmett, for a while, it felt like they were keeping her in business because they were going every week. I'm like, yo, we were spending way too much over there.
Yeah.
But like Miss Tammy, she was great. And she was like, Emmett would always go back and he'd help wash up the brushes and reorganize the shelves and make sure and replace stuff. And she's like, Emmett, you're a great worker. How old are you? I want to hire you. He goes, I'm 8. She goes, I can't hire you for another 6 years.
Yeah.
So he was a little disappointed when she retired because he's like, well, I was going to work there. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, well. What were we talking about?
Monetization.
Oh, yeah. And child labor laws.
Yep.
I think what would probably be easiest and best for us is if someone was an heir or heiress to a large estate and they just funded us
Yeah. That would be nice.
So, listeners, if you are, or if you know somebody who is an heir or heiress, or who has just a lot of money that you need to spend, let us know. I've got great ideas. And really, this is a service that we provide. Like,
Right.
we're helping them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes. I'm always willing to help out the listeners. Well, we should probably talk about what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. I was about to say, on that note, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about gratitude.
Being grateful for stuff, eh?
Yeah. Which is kind of, it's a timely discussion. We were going to talk about something different. But on our walk last night, Kara's like, so I'm like, hey, we're going to record podcasts tomorrow. She goes, okay. Are you going to talk about thankfulness? I'm like, no. She goes, why not? I'm like, well, I don't have a reason other than we hadn't considered talking about thankfulness.
Even though Thanksgiving is flying up on us.
Yeah. Well, and when this episode releases, it'll be 3 to 4 days away.
Yep.
This episode will release on Monday, and Thanksgiving is in, was it 1, 2, 3 days from now? So happy Thanksgiving, Logan.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Daniel.
Thanksgiving to you, listeners. So it's a very timely topic, and I guess we should kind of discuss what is thankfulness and what is gratitude, and is there a difference?
What is your opinion on that?
I was kind of leaning that it kind of depends on your definitions of thankfulness and gratitude. Probably my first impression is that thankfulness is more situational. Like, and maybe
So like maybe happiness and versus joy.
maybe. Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay. I hear you. On
Whereas like, and I'm just saying like, okay, is there a difference between being thankful and thankfulness is I guess another, but I don't want to get into semantics. So I just kind of want to explore like difference between happy and joy. We talked about that a little bit. So like thankfulness and gratitude, I think that
Gratitude is more of like a state of mind.
it's a state of mind and like a decision that you're choosing to be grateful for things, even when life tells you that you're not in a position to be thankful for things or grateful for things. And that's so hard because those words are like oftentimes interchangeable. What's a good example?
Of
Like this situation happened and I'm very thankful for that thing to happen. But if that went away, I still have gratitude.
so like just of course it goes back to food.
Hey, I love food.
I am extremely thankful when I get to eat a huge ribeye. Like a delicious, huge ribeye. I'm grateful that I don't have to worry about eating every day. That I'm going to be able to afford to eat something every day. Like kind of the ribeye is like a luxury item that I can be grateful for and thankful. You know, I thank you very much for doing that. Like, say you brought me a ribeye, I'd be very thankful for that.
Yeah.
But I would be grateful for your friendship, grateful that that's not something I have to worry about every single day is where am I going to get my food today? Am I going to be able to eat at all today? I'm grateful that I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've seen, I think it's 2 separate studies that looked at the mental well-being of acute care medical professionals, dealing with like ER medical professionals, like ER doctors, nurses, PAs, whatever. And, you know, working in an ER facility, there's usually a very high turnover rate because it's a very hard job. You've got to know a whole lot. You have to be able to be quick to, in any like situation, you have to think very quickly. It's a very high stress situation because people who literally live and die because of the decisions you make. And so very high turnover rate. They did a study to figure out like, how do you, what's the turnover, like what is the main cause of the turnover rate? And one of the major contributing factors is just burnout. Like they just doing the same thing over and over and over, and they just get burnt out. So they had these ER doctors and nurses do a gratitude journal, and they would journal all of the things that they were thankful for and grateful for every night. And every night at the end of the day, they would write down 3 things that they were grateful for. They did a similar study during COVID when, the doctors and nurses were slammed day and night, and many of them weren't going home to their families. They were staying at the hospitals, and they did the same kind of thing. They said they would ask 3 questions, and basically at the end of both studies, the doctors and nurses would, like, the journals that they came out with were based on like what is actually important to them, like what matters the most is what they ended up being grateful for. And I think the COVID study was asking, like, what is the most important thing to you? What matters the most to you? And then, like, what are you grateful for? And so, and they found that those who were those in the study that journaled their 3 grateful things every night were actually happier in their job. They felt like they were contributing more. They felt better in their job. They felt like they could last longer in that job, and they were less burnt out than those who were not doing the journaling. So, like, gratitude it's looking at what matters the most, and what matters the most is rarely the thing that's well, not rarely. Oftentimes, what matters most is not what's happening in that situation.
Right. I mean, I think it is the closest similarity in my mind is the happiness versus joy thing. Is the gratitude is a state of mind that you just kind of constantly walk around in. Mm-hmm. Whereas maybe discontentment maybe could be the other flip side of gratitude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so, I don't know. Yeah. Happiness is fleeting. Thankfulness can be fleeting because it's based on maybe a moment. And thank you for this thing, but I'm grateful for how my life is. Yeah. Like my family, my health, all these things that are less, maybe more immaterial rather. Yeah. I don't know. One thing that we do, I've mentioned I'm part of the Iron Council. Monday nights we have our team call, and the way we start every call is with a gratitude. Mm-hmm. And that's even one of our monthly challenges right now through Marco Polo is to get on Marco Polo and just say something you're grateful for today. Mm-hmm. And I had started a journal as well doing that just because of where like business is right now and all of that. It's easy to get very bogged down in thinking, what, sky's falling, doing a little Chicken Little bit. Yeah. And so being grateful and having gratitude really helps keep you grounded instead of allowing your mind to spiral. Because that's what happens to me. Yeah. And I know for a fact that's what happens to pretty much everybody. You start focusing on the bad things that are happening in the moment, and your mind almost turns it into your life is this way. Yeah. And this is never going to be better, even though it could be one little thing, like maybe when you're sick. Mm-hmm. Like if you're sick and knocked out for just a little bit, it just feels like it's never ending, never, your life is just terrible. Whereas if you just remind yourself, it grounds you and go, hold on, I'm just sick. This is going to go away. Yeah. Like this is temporary. This doesn't change my life. Mm-hmm. It's inconvenient and it's uncomfortable right now in the moment, but it doesn't change. It doesn't need to change my overall perspective of my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's another one of those eternal focus things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're intentionally choosing to focus on what actually matters. I also want to jump into contentment because I think that's a huge thing.
Okay.
That I don't think we talk about enough.
Contentment.
Now, I used to, and I still get caught up in this. Some people, sometimes I don't process what people say well. And so sometimes when people say contentment, I think they're saying contentment.
Oh.
And
There's
a
a huge
difference.
difference.
There's a huge difference in contentment and contentment.
Is contempt a word?
Probably not.
Or is it just contempt?
Certainly contempt. I mean,
I know
honestly,
content is definitely a word.
I don't know. It probably isn't. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do. I know what you're talking about.
So contempt is like deep hatred.
Or
disdain.
Disdain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A deep, deep disdain towards somebody. Whereas content is, what is content?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Yeah.
I think that's a deep satisfaction.
Yeah. And choosing, I think content is another one of those you're choosing to, it's like a difference between happy and joy, where you're choosing to be like satisfied with what you have.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, the more I read the 10 Commandments, the more I'm like, oh man, God knew what he was doing. Because like, don't covet, like be content with what you have.
Yep.
Stop looking at other people. Don't look at their wife. Don't look at their car. Don't look at their house. Don't look at the other things, and just be content with what you have.
Yeah, but I think, you've got to be content to feel, or you got to have a lot of gratitude to be content.
Mm-hmm.
I've struggled with this and argued with employees about this before in the past, is we were doing well, but of course trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't want to grow because it pushed them in their workload.
Mm-hmm.
And so when are you ever going to be satisfied?
Mm.
I'm like, well, I'm content with where we're at. Like I'm happy that we're here,
mm-hmm.
but I would like to do more, because the more we do, the more people we help. This is when I was in psychiatric health. And it was a direct correlation. The better we do, the more people we can help.
Yeah.
And so, but that was the argument, is when are you going to be satisfied?
Yeah.
It's like, I am, but I would like to push more. So I was content. And like, if we'd have never grown again, it wouldn't have, like, I don't think that it would have, I wouldn't have thought my life was miserable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what happens.
Oh yeah.
Is when we're not content, it's like we're trying to reach another thing or get another thing, get another level, another whatever it is. And if we don't reach that, we are not okay.
Yeah. Trying to prove your worth and value.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas if, like, even if I just, I've got a ton of stuff going on right this second. And if in work and business and real estate, and if only one of those things work out, I will be okay with that. I would love to do more, and will probably continue to push to hopefully do more, stretch myself, to push myself to see what I'm capable of and what this business is capable of. But I could get into a rhythm where if I don't reach that, then I'm not okay. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think being discontent is really bad. Mm-hmm. And that's where we really lose focus of gratitude. Mm-hmm. Because if I could be very grateful for exactly where I'm at right now, and that's okay. And I'll be good with that if I stay there the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how I was wanting to finish that.
Yeah. Well, I think gratitude and contentment go hand in hand. Like I don't think you can have gratitude without being content. And I don't think you can be content without having gratitude.
Right.
Like I think it is hand in hand. And joy is probably right in the mix as well.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of it, like to your point of like, you're content with where you're at, but you want to grow. It's like, what is your goal in the growth? Is your goal in the growth to like be more like to prove your worth and to prove your value, or is it to help other people? Mm-hmm. And like in your case, you wanted to help more people. So like you were happy with what you were doing, but you could still see a need somewhere else, and you wanted to grow in that.
Yes.
And there's probably something to be said about like just us as men I can be satisfied. Am I satisfied with where I'm at, or do I want to grow and be better?
Right.
Well, I'm kind of proud of the man I am right now, but I still recognize that there's a lot of growth to be had.
And there's a difference between contentment and complacency.
Yes.
I think we need to do a whole episode on that, maybe.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Do you want to nutshell it real quick before?
Yeah. So complacency is doing less when you know you should be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
And contentment is being okay with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And being satisfied with that and knowing that you probably are doing roughly what you're capable of.
Yeah. Yeah. Like contentment recognizes that there's growth and growth is good.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas complacency is kind of fear
It's
driven.
very fear-based, or it can be.
Can be.
Yeah. And some of it's just laziness
Fear
too.
or lazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Both of these, gratitude and contentment, are very countercultural because culture says you can't, like, your job needs to be growing or you're not good enough. Like you can't settle for anything. Like you need to be growing your job. You need to have more followers on social media. You need to be doing this and this. Like you're not enough. You need to do more. And you're only going to be content once you get this new product, or you're only going to be grateful. Like what you have is fine, but it's not good enough. So you can't be grateful for what you have. You need to get more.
Right.
Our culture is really good at like convincing us not to be grateful and not to be content with what we have. But like, that's the most, I mean, to borrow a 90s term, that's the most punk rock thing you can do, is to be content with what you have.
Yeah.
Just to say, I'm not, like, just to ignore culture completely and say, I'm not going to fall into your trap. I'm not going to buy into this. I'm not going to drink your Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So Chris Bumstead is a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
Won Mr. Olympia, I think 5 times.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
6. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So-
You're way off.
5? Okay, so bodybuilder named Chris Bumstead is in the classic physique category of Mr. Olympia. He won it 6 times in a row.
Okay.
Not just 6 times over a career, 6 times in a row.
Yeah.
What he was struggling with was he was struggling with tons of anxiety, tons of self-worth issues, and depression and stuff like that. And so what he decided to do is he retired after 6 to concentrate on contentment and gratitude and being grateful for how far he's come, what he was able to accomplish, grateful for his wife and his new baby and all of that. And so I think that was super commendable because especially in that arena, everybody's always pushing to their very end, right? Mm-hmm. And their self-worth can be so tied up in that space. It's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
It's like very much self-image and stuff like that. And it was really fascinating to watch him do it because he put it all out there on social media. Why? And even when he was struggling, he put that out there. Nobody does that. Nobody shares that stuff on Instagram and social media. Well, he was. And I think it was really commendable of him to do that. But yeah, he switched his whole paradigm from, okay, I need to win. I need to win. I need to win. I need to win. If I don't win, then I have failed and I am lower than everybody else and all of this. And so he just took himself out of that environment pretty much. I mean, he won a lot more than anybody else in history. And so that's what his whole focus was, gratitude. And that has changed his mental health. At least that's what he says and has shared with everyone, is that has helped tremendously with body dysmorphia, with self-worth, depression, anxiety, all of that stuff. And so being grateful for what he has and what he's been able to do has totally changed his entire life. Yeah.
I mean, and you hear stories like of quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brady, I heard in an interview, he he won his first Super Bowl, and he's like, this is amazing. But then like it wasn't very long, like maybe even that night, he's like, well, now what?
Yeah.
He's like,
I saw that interview.
I've worked my entire life to win the Super Bowl, which is the greatest thing that any player can do in football, like achievement that you can have in football, supposedly.
Yeah.
And once he got it, he's like, well, now what? And then when you see quarterbacks who win it multiple times, like they win it, they're like, yes, I won the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, they stop getting excited. Like they're happy in the moment, but then the next day they're like, all right, it's time to get back to work. Like they can't, like, it's not enough to have a Super Bowl. Like, because there's something missing in their life. It's a situational thankfulness and happiness. It's not they're not choosing to be content with their life. Now, broad strokes here. I mean, that's all broad strokes. And we're just like generalizing the one thing that Tom Brady said. But I mean, it's not uncommon with other players and with other professions either.
No, I see it in like real estate, finance, business world all the time. People just go and go and go until, I mean, they're just miserable.
Yeah.
Because they're always trying to reach the next thing and tying up their entire self-worth into that.
Yeah.
And never being content with what they have and what they've been able to do so far.
Yeah. So back, I'd read those, going back to the studies on like with the ER doctors and nurses and whatnot. When I first heard those studies, I'm like, you know, that's a good thing to do, is to just be grateful every night. And so we started doing that I came home one night and I was like, hey, I just want to try something. Every night, we're going to say 3 thankfuls before we go to bed. 3 things that we're grateful for before we go to bed. We call it our three thankfuls. But it's every night before we go to bed, unless something weird happens. And then at this point, we kind of recognize when we come back and I was like, oh, we haven't done this in a while. We should have been doing this, even though it's been like 2 days. But every night we go in circles. Like, all right, whoever starts it off, and then we just kind of like go around the circle and like, what are we thankful for? And there are some days that we've got dozens of things that we're thankful for. I'm thankful that this happened, and I got to see this person. I got to do this thing, and that this food was amazing that we had for dinner, and I'm thankful that you did this for me, and you did this. And then other times I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what I'm thankful for. Like, everything was just poop in the bed today. Like everything was just awful. But it's in those moments and I'm like, okay, so this is no longer like, this is no longer a situational thing. Like, what am I actually grateful for? Like on a day that awful things happen where work didn't go well and I got bad news at the doctor or whatever, like, what am I actually grateful for? It's like, okay, well, I'm very grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my wife and my son. I'm grateful that I get to spend time with them. I'm grateful that I get to talk with them. I'm grateful that like we can have real conversations. Like I'm grateful for that I live in a time and a place, and that the situation that I'm in allows me to, for lack of a better word, waste money on frivolous junk, and not like I don't have food scarcity. I don't have to worry about where is my next meal coming from. I don't have to worry about that. Like I'm very grateful for that. And then those days I'm kind of put in a position where I'm forced to think back of, okay, if I'm not looking situationally, like what am I grateful for? But I highly encourage it. Like, every night, like before you go to bed, sit down. If you want to journal it, that's great. But if you want to sit down with your family and say, all right, what are we grateful for? Let's talk about this. Like what happened? Like, and just look at it every single day. How did God bless you? How did God bless you today?
Yep. It's easy to just get caught up day to day and think, man, the whole day went to crap. Mm-hmm. Even though it didn't really. Maybe you got bad news or something didn't go right. Because I came into this podcast right now feeling that way. Mm-hmm. And all I got is one bad news. One, we don't know. Another one, I still don't know.
Yeah.
And so, but only one thing of bad news, whereas I've had an entire day.
Yeah. Yeah.
where stuff went fine.
Yeah.
but I just automatically think the sky's falling.
Yeah.
Because I got one bad word, you know. And
well, and then you get to spend time with me, and now your day's looking up.
that's right. That's right. And we're talking about gratitude, which is it's a good day for it. And 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. So, I mean, that's a command. It's not optional. You know, we're supposed to give thanks in all circumstances, even when we're going through the bad stuff. And I think there's a reason for that. I think that, I mean, God, of course, knows that that's the kind of impact it can have on our hearts is to be grateful.
Yeah.
Because he knows that if we're not, and if we're concentrating on the bad stuff, then we make our lives about that. And we forget the good stuff.
When we get into contentment versus complacency, which I'm not prepped for that today, but like when we get into that, I want to talk about contentment is trusting God. Like, because I was just thinking the manna in the wilderness.
Yep.
It's like, okay, be content, like collect what you can collect for what you need for today. Focus on what you need for today and trust that God is going to provide. And if you feel like you have scarcity, trust that God will provide. And the world is saying you need to get more so that you can provide for yourself or so that you can be happy. But we should trust God and trust that what God has provided us and what God has blessed us with is enough.
I think that was a good ending.
That was really good.
That was a great ending.
All right, so I'm going to put that in this episode, but then I'm also going to talk about it.
Okay.
And contentment versus complacency.
Thank you for joining us today on the Stand Like Men podcast. Again, we really are grateful for you. We're actually grateful for you guys, for all of our listeners and girls. I don't know who all's listening, but I know at least one lady was listening, right?
Who? Oh, yeah, we do.
Yep. Okay, so at least one.
She does not like her name being mentioned.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
But
She used to do the bulletin out at church, and whenever it was her birthday, she would not include it in the bulletin.
Oh, really?
Because, we have the little birthdays and anniversaries this week. She refused to do it. So there was like several years that we joked that she didn't age because it wasn't in the bulletin.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. But we are grateful for all of our listeners.
Very.
And we're also grateful for all the questions that get sent in and the thoughts. And so we would love if y'all would send us more of those. Y'all can send those to us through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or to our email at standlikemen@gmail.com.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Our verse is 1 Corinthians 16:13-14.
Be watchful.
Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong.
Let all that you do be done in love.